With AT Nu Udra out for the week, I'm sure many of you have access to Nu Udra's Gamma armor set by now. And if you fought him even once, you already know how intense that battle gets. So it's only fair that the rewards are just as impressive. The Gamma set brings a mix of powerful defensive bonuses, recovery potential, and utility that fits perfectly with the Gunlance playstyle. In this video, I'll go over several Gunlance build templates that utilize the AT Nu Udra Gamma armor, how each build works, what each one features, and what skills help make these setups shine in real hunts. Let's get into it. Before I go into the builds, I'd like to give a few disclaimers. First, I'll be ignoring the Talisman slots. Since everyone's RNG luck is different, it's not fair to assume we all have the same roles. What I'll do instead is recommend skills that might be beneficial depending on the build. And you can check if you have those skills in your talismans within your item box. Second, I'll be leaving the level 1 decoration slots open, so you can fill those based on your own needs, whether that's resistances, comfort, or utility. This way you can personalize these templates and make the builds truly your own. And finally, feel free to adjust or swap decorations depending on your playstyle or comfort level. These are templates, not absolutes. Alright, with that out of the way, let's jump into the builds. First up, we've got the Super Recovery Lord's Soul build, a general purpose setup that you can take into just about any hunt. This one's perfect for farming 9-star monsters for those sweet talismans or just running general hunts comfortably. The main highlights here are Super Recovery, which keeps you sustained throughout the fight, and the Lord's Soul bonus for added damage. You've also got all your major offensive skills maxed out: Agitator 5, Burst 5, and Counterstrike 3, giving you steady pressure and strong damage uptime. For utility, this build includes Evade Extender 2, Earplugs 2, and Recovery Speed 1, with Coalescence and Elemental Absorption coming in as bonus skills from the Zoshia armor set. There are 3 open level 1 decoration slots, which you can fill based on your own preference. My personal recommendation is to max out Recovery Speed and use the remaining slots for Adaptability, Self-Improvement, Speed Eating, or Quick Sheath, whichever fits your comfort or playstyle. As for talisman recommendations, go for Recovery Up, Evade Extender, or Recovery Speed. Resentment can also work well thanks to the Bad Blood set bonus, though its uptime will be lower since you'll be healing red health so quickly with Recovery Speed 3. Overall, this is a strong, stable build. Easy to use, self-sustaining, and great for extended hunts. The next build revolves heavily around the resentment aspect of the Super Recovery Lord's Soul setup, giving you access to more raw damage and activating the Bad Blood set bonus skill. In case you're not familiar, Bad Blood adds an extra burst of damage on hit, similar to how White Flame Torrent works, but it only triggers when resentment is active. Now, resentment isn't an easy skill to manage, to be honest. It rewards you for fighting while injured, which can be risky. But for Gunlance, it has incredible potential because of how much chip damage you naturally take while guarding monster attacks. This build still keeps Super Recovery and Bad Blood active, just like the general purpose setup. It runs all your major offensive skills, though this time with only Burst level 1. In exchange for the 4 missing levels of Burst, you gain Resentment 5, which massively boosts your damage whenever you've got red health. The utility side stays mostly the same as the general build, with 3 open level 1 decoration slots for you to personalize. For this setup, I don't recommend maxing out Recovery Speed, since that would drastically reduce your resentment uptime. You want to keep some red health for that sweet bonus damage and Bad Blood procs. Instead, consider Quick Sheath so you can put your weapon away faster and heal efficiently, especially since this build already comes with Speed Eating 3. As for talisman recommendations, look for Burst, Evade Extender, or Earplugs. That'll give you some flexibility. You can even reach Burst 3 if you're willing to drop Earplugs, since you'll be able to perfect guard monster roars anyway. Overall, it's a high-risk, high-reward build, but if you can manage your red health and time your guards, the damage potential is absolutely worth it. The next build is the Burst Boost Bad Blood setup, and this one's all about pure damage output. It combines the bonus damage from Burst Boost found in the Guardian Ebony Odogaron armor, together with Resentment and Bad Blood for a high-risk, high-reward playstyle that hits really hard. The main drawback here is that you don't have super recovery from the Zoshia set anymore, which means you'll need to manually manage your health if it drops too low. The overall defense is also slightly lower since the Odogaron pieces are of a lower rarity, but even so, when fully upgraded, you'll still sit comfortably above 400 defense points. That's a fair trade considering you get 5 open level 1 slots for customization. I managed to fit in Resentment level 4 without using any talismans, so if you've got a talisman with Resentment, you can squeeze even more damage out of this setup. The major weakness here is utility. There's no evade extender and no earplugs. If possible, try to slot in a talisman with evade extender to help balance that out. Overall, this build trades sustain and comfort for explosive power. If you can stay aggressive and manage your red health effectively, this one really brings out the full potential of pure raw Gunlance power. The next build is a really special one in my opinion. Special shout out to a dear friend from my Discord and a fellow YouTube content creator, Rage King, for coming up with this build idea. This build revolves around passive damage stacking. You've got Leviathan's Fury, which procs thunder damage every so often while boosting your elemental damage and affinity. Then you've got Bad Blood, activating through Resentment, adding even more bonus damage procs. Pair all that with the Zoshia Gunlance's White Flame Torrent, and you're constantly dealing elemental and proc-based damage just by attacking. It's a ton of free value built right into your playstyle. This build also features strong affinity support through Maximum Might and Weakness Exploit, giving you excellent consistency for Wormstay Cannon spam and Drake Augur rotations. You can also pair this setup with a long Gunlance and turn it into a crit stake focused build, which works surprisingly well. The Legiacris Gunlance especially loves this setup. It's got plenty of level 1 slots for utility skills, plus you can add thunder resistance to further boost its elemental performance. Like the previous setup, this is still a resentment-based build, giving you more damage potential as you take chip damage. For talisman recommendations, I'd go with Evade Extender, Counterstrike, or Resentment, all of which are level 2 skills that fit cleanly into this setup. Overall, this build is surprisingly beginner-friendly, even though it requires clearing Nu Udra. If you're a hunter looking to pick up Gunlance, this build, paired with the Zoshia or Legiacris Gunlance, is a fantastic way to learn the weapon while still dishing out serious damage. Once again, big thanks to Rage King for this awesome idea. Please check him out and give him some love. The last build I'll show you is the Evade Gunlance setup, featuring Steve's Tenacity and Lord Soul. This Adrenaline Rush build should look familiar. It's based on one of the very first builds I ever posted on the channel. The core of this setup is, of course, Adrenaline Rush, with its uptime extended thanks to Steve's Tenacity. You've also got key evasion skills like Evade Extender and Evade Window to help you weave through attacks. You'll need to eat for a Zoo's meal, since that meal includes Tumbler High, which pushes your Evade Window up to level 5. That's why this build only runs 2 levels of Evade Window by default. What makes this setup great is its versatility. You can hop through chip damage attacks, avoid roars entirely, no need for earplugs, and still have the option to block if things get dicey. It's a flexible, reactive build that rewards timing and awareness. For talisman recommendations, I'd suggest Burst, since I couldn't fit it into the main build because most Adrenaline Rush decorations use level 3 slots. The reason I'm not running full Adrenaline Rush 5 is simple. The raw attack from Adrenaline Rush 4 is already equal to Resentment 5, so losing that 1 level isn't a big deal. But of course, if you can push it to level 5, it's never a bad thing. Overall, this build is fast, flexible, and incredibly fun. Perfect for hunters who prefer mobility over brute force. So those are the Gunlance builds featuring the AT Nu Udra Gamma armor set. Each one has its own flavor, from the Super Recovery Lord Soul general purpose setup to the Resentment and Bad Blood power builds, the Burst Boost Odogaron mix, the Leviathan's Fury hybrid, and finally the Evade Gunlance for the mobile hunters out there. Whether you prefer to stand your ground, play aggressively, or dance around your opponents, the Nu Udra Gamma set has something for everyone. It's one of the most flexible armor sets we've seen so far, and it really brings out the best in the Gunlance. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these builds will you be trying out first? Or maybe you've made your own variant that pushes these even further. Let me know down in the comments. And before I wrap up, a huge thank you to all my channel members for your continued support. Your generosity keeps this hunt going, and it truly means the world to me. If you'd like to support the channel directly and have your name appear at the end of videos like this, consider becoming a member. It genuinely helps keep the Gunlance fires burning. Until next time, hunters, courage and honor.